Welcome to my NHL historic rebuild featuring the 1986-87 Detroit Red Wings. The journey starts at the 1986 draft. Here I'll be drafting three important players in Brian Leetch, Adam Graves, and Tim Cheveldae. Brian Leetch will be the top pair defenseman for the Red Wings for the next decade at least. Adam Graves will likely be a top six winger for the Red Wings, and Tim Cheveldae will be the starting goalie to start off. The first trade I'm going to make is trade Gerard Galliant, Mike O'Connell, Dave Barr, and Brent Aston to the New Jersey Devils for Pat Verbeek and a 1988 third-round pick, Rob Blake. The New Jersey Devils add more depth and young players to the roster. The Red Wings are in need of a top six right winger. Pat Verbeek fits this criteria. Rob Blake will be on the top pair along with Brian Leetch for many years to come. The second trade I'm going to make is trade Darren Veitch, Tim Higgins, and Kocur to the Calgary Flames for Gary Roberts and a sixth-round pick in 1988, Bret Hedican. The Calgary Flames add more offensive depth to the roster in an attempt to become a serious contender in the playoffs. Gary Roberts will eventually become a top six left winger for the Red Wings. Bret Hedican will become a top six defenseman in the future, that is. The third trade I'm going to make is trade Stefan, John Ogrodnick, and Snepsts to the Buffalo Sabres for Darren Puppa. Darren Puppa was the third-string goalie in Buffalo, so it was a no-brainer for Buffalo to get assets for a third-string goalie. The Detroit Red Wings roll the dice in hopes that Puppa becomes a number one goalie for them, because Detroit Red Wings were in desperate need of a potential number one goalie in Darren Puppa. Fourth trade I'm going to make is trade Shawn, Burr, Darren, Shedden, and Glen to the Hartford Whalers for Mur-zyn and Stefan. The Hartford Whalers add more depth on offense and in goal. The Detroit Red Wings add a top defenseman that can be playing in their top four and depth at left wing. The fifth trade I'm going to make is trade Ric Seiling and Lee Norwood to the Philadelphia Flyers for a third-round pick in 1988, Tony Amonte. Originally, this trade was only to make room for new players coming in next year, but in the end, Tony Amonte will become a top-line right winger for the Red Wings. The last trade I'm going to make is trade Rick Zombo and Basil McRae to the Quebec Nordiques for a fifth-round pick in 1989, used to select Vladimir Malkov. This is another trade just to make room for new players coming in next year. Vladimir Malkov can be a top six defenseman. And this brings us to the 1987 draft. Here I'll be drafting three important players in Andrew Castle, Eric Desjardins, and Rob DeMaio. Andrew Castle will likely be the third-line center for the Red Wings to start off. He may very well start off his rookie year because he was a pretty good junior player and he was a very good NHL pro who had a very productive NHL career. Eric Desjardins is a very good player. He also had a very productive NHL career. He will likely be a top pair defenseman, but due to the fact that we already have our top pair set with Brian Leetch and Chris Pronger, he's going to be playing on the second pair with Dana Mur-zyn. That is a very good top four. And then we have Rob DeMaio, who can be a role player playing on the third or fourth line. Bertrand and Dana Mur-zyn starting. By a draft, they would have added Brian Leetch, Adam Graves, Tim Cheveldae, Andrew Castles, Eric Desjardins, Rob Mayo, Bob Blake, Brent Hedican, Tony Amante, and Vladimir Malakoff. They would have lost Gerard Galliant, Michael Connell, David Barr, Brent Aston, Darren Veitch, Tim Higgins, Joe Kocur, Stefan, John Ogrodnick, Sh-nepts, Shawn, Burr, Doug Shedden, Glen, Ric Seiling, Lee Norwood, Rick Sambo, and Basil McRae. The 1986-87 Detroit Red Wings were not a very good team, but after this historic rebuild, they will be in position to contend in 2 to 3 years. The bad news is, if they are having success in 2 to 3 years, it is possible that they do not end up drafting Sergei Fedorov and Nick Lidstrom. The team here will be very good and would contend for cups, but I'm not sure that they would be as good without Fedorov and Lidstrom. Next, I will be rebuilding the 1980